Mrs. Thatcher had a complicated relationship with Her Majesty. Multiple Buckingham Palace sources have suggested the Queen was not a fan of the Iron Lady's politics, including her refusal to impose sanctions on apartheid South Africa. The two were once described as like twins who are not the same, given they were born just 6 months apart. But that's where the similarities ended. Creator of Netflix series The Crown Peter Morgan told Vanity Fair, "They're both very resilient, very committed, work incredibly hard, have an extraordinary sense of duty. They're both really committed to the country. They both have a strong Christian faith. They're both girls of the war generation who switch the lights off when they leave a room. But then they had such different ideas about running the country. The Queen's relationship with the Prime Minister is crucial, as the pair meet weekly to discuss the politics of the day." Boris Johnson is her 14th Prime Minister. Mrs. Thatcher was her 8th and longest serving. Unearthed footage from a 1992 documentary shows Her Majesty speaking French as she mingled at a palace drinks reception the previous year. Mrs. Thatcher and Princess Diana were among the attendees. The clip, however, does not show the Queen speaking to the then PM Mrs. Thatcher. According to The Sun, Her Majesty was reduced to tears over her feud with Mrs. Thatcher. Princess Margaret, the Queen's sister, told a Channel 5 documentary that it was the only time she had seen her cry. She said, "I've only seen my sister cry once. It was when the press put all the articles about her not getting on with Mrs. Thatcher." The documentary later revealed that Mrs. Thatcher would rush off to have a glass of whiskey to recover from her weekly palace meetings, such were her nerves at facing the Queen. Prince Harry's wreath for Remembrance Sunday remained in its box. Reports. Thomas Markle Jr. set to talk smack on Meghan in Celeb Big Brother. Expert. Prince Andrew accused of taking 3 SUVs on 1,020-mile trip, Insight. Mrs. Thatcher's principal private secretary, Lord Robin Butler, recalled, "Mrs. Thatcher was in awe of the Queen. Like a lot of assertive people, she was lacking in confidence." The Queen is reported to have once lost her cool with the Prime Minister. When staying at Balmoral, Her Majesty allegedly said, "Can't that woman just sit down?" Despite the seemingly tense relationship between the two, Mrs. Thatcher never lost her respect for the monarchy. Her former chief press secretary, Bernard Ingham, told Amazon Prime documentary, "The Queen and her prime ministers she was perhaps too punctual when it came to her weekly meetings with the monarch." The narrator of the documentary said, "Whenever she went to see the Queen, Mrs. Thatcher always arrived a quarter of an hour too early for her weekly audience, and every week the Queen let her wait for 15 minutes. It seems, however, that their relationship mellowed over time. BBC broadcaster Michael Cockerell said they did eventually get on, and I think Mrs. Thatcher came to value the advice the Queen gave her." Royal biographer Hugo Vickers echoed this. He added the Queen was very upset by the horrible way in which Mrs. Thatcher was ousted from Downing Street by rivals within the Conservative Party. The Queen traditionally invites the Prime Minister to stay at Balmoral for a weekend during her summer break. This year's invitation is believed to have been extended to Boris Johnson, his pregnant wife Carrie and their son Wilfred. However, they are yet to travel north of the border. and the ongoing Afghanistan crisis could make it more difficult for Mr. Johnson to do so. Downing Street did not comment on whether Mr. Johnson will travel to Scotland to meet Her Majesty in the coming weeks. Related articles: Meghan Markle's royal approach to vile abuse. Put up, shut up. Queen, loved by all Commonwealth, and instrumental in strong bonds. Harry and William, 1,000 miles apart emotionally. Expert.